Here is from Bell+Howell. We know and love Bell+Howell for that brand name, trusted, high quality. This right here is their Bionic Solar Deluxe Spotlight Trio. Yes, Trio, you're getting 3 lights, and it's activated by motion. So powered by the sun, one and done. You're not having to buy rechargeable batteries or get it wired by a professional. And then it just lights up with the motion. And you can actually move and adjust these lights directionally to where you want to hit. So think about the corners of your home, or just, you know, wanting to keep those little critters that are running around your house away. This could help with that. I need to bring in the one and only Lou Caputo, because this is our weekly deal drop, Lou.
Hello!
And it's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites. I love this light because it's like getting 3 lights in one.
Yes.
And anytime I can buy something and I actually feel like I'm getting more,
Me too.
you know, than I'm paying for,
It feels so
I'm
good.
in. I'm in with that.
Yes.
So when you look at these, I'm just going to pull the stake off the bottom, or I'll just take the whole thing off the stake. There we go. Okay. So this is what the light looks like. Okay. And what we're talking about is that you've got 1, 2, 3 panels on here that are all individually aimable. I can put these anywhere I want to, including the bottom one going straight down. Okay. So you've got lots of light. Normally to do that, you and I were talking before the show about this. If I wanted to send that light 3 different places, I'd need 3 different lights. One pointing this way, one pointing this way, one pointing down.
Right.
I got 3 different panels on here that I can move anywhere I want to. Each panel has 40 surface mount diodes on it, SMD LEDs. Very, very high tech. They get better and better every single year. So that's 120 lights total. Massive solar panel, which also is directional. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that you can use the stakes that are included with these to stake them in the ground, or you can also mount them on the wall. And we actually give you mounting hardware for these as well. So you just have to screw, if you want to screw it into
pick what you want.
Yeah, wall, fence post, wherever you want to put this. But what's neat about that, though, is that if I have this above my door, I can just take that bottom light and put it down. Now the entire entryway is lit, and then I can pick where I want these other 2 side lights to go. And by the way, the solar panel is also adjustable. So even up to the point where it almost goes fully backwards.
Wow.
That's kind of huge too.
It's so sleek. That's what I really like. The profile of this is very sleek.
It's very modern, space age looking, actually.
Actually, it is. But I love how they really thought of everything with this, jam-packing that technology. But look at the uses, right? Your backyard. You want to take the dog out in the middle of the night.
That's what I do.
Okay, you could actually bring this with you. It's super portable. We saw there someone was at like a campsite.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about all the Bell+Howell lights. I don't care if you've got our disc lights, you've got these, which ones you've got.
Right.
You can actually take these out there with you if you're going RVing, if you're going camping, if you're going anywhere. Actually, in a campsite, this is kind of neat, though, because sometimes you hear those little, you know, things in the middle of the night. You don't know quite what's going on.
Yes, yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
These will actually will go on if they sense any motion out there. And by the way, these are motion-controlled lights, so they do go on when they sense motion. This one in front of me here is blinking because there's like just enough light for it not to stay on.
We get more in the dark.
Yeah, because normally it doesn't blink. It needs more dark than we have right now out here, but that's okay. These 2 are on. You can see there. Now,
look at the power. That's what's amazing to me, the technology for solar.
500 lumens. Now, watch this, though. See where you're standing? You're almost behind the light. Watch what I can do.
What?
I can actually put the lights, we're behind the lights, okay? And it's actually throwing light on us now because I bent the side panels back here. See, that's what makes these so incredibly versatile. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. If you've ever had motion sensor lights before, right? And they're outside, and every time the wind blows and the trees move, your bushes move, your umbrella moves, they go on. It's wasting power. These use a technology called passive infrared, okay? So here's how passive infrared works. It actually measures the temperature of what it's seeing. So it knows what the background temperature is, which includes your trees and your umbrella and your bushes and all that stuff. So it knows those. And if something like that moves, it doesn't turn on. However, if I were to walk in front of it, your dogs, or like a car with a hot engine, it will notice the difference in temperature, it'll see that it's moving, and it'll turn the light on. The light will stay on as long as that motion continues. So if your dogs are running around the backyard, light stays on. But when they leave, you go back inside, right? 25 seconds later, this light's gonna turn itself off once the motion stops.
I love too, Lou, you buy this and then you're done. I'm not having to buy rechargeable batteries. I'm not having to go out and pay somebody to wire it or get my husband out there to figure out how to wire this thing. And for this price, look at the power.
Now, these went off because there's nothing in front of them, but if I walk out here in front of the table, see how the lights just went on?
Yes.
And I could be 25 feet away, as I said, but right now, you know what I'm doing now?
Look at the distance on this.
I mean, and this is looking through the doors and everything that's back here. Look at this, it's lighting it up floor to ceiling, and that's with all the panels pointing in the same direction. Now, the other thing I can do is point it into the corner like this and just aim panels where I want them to go. So notice how now I just split the light.
Right.
And it's doing this whole thing
In
because
1
I can
second,
aim
you
the
turned
panels.
it. Right.
Yeah,
Where are you going to see a light that has 3 panels on it that you can actually move, that's powered by the sun, that you could mount, that you could stake, that you could take with you on a camping trip?
Yes.
You could move it around if you decide, I don't really want it in this area. So many of us are getting up in the middle of the night or before the sun comes up, right? Think of that person. Maybe it's your husband, maybe it's you.
Sure.
You have to take the dog out, and you want a light that's not always on all night long. This is motion censored. And right now, this is on the weekly deal drop. It's already Friday, so that means this deal, more than 50% off. You're getting this piece for under $20, is going to expire by the end of this week, and we're already at Friday. So $5 gets this home. I'm buying multiples. I'm buying multiples at this point.
Well, think about it. Where do you want to put them? Now, I'm going to warn you something. You remember what I said at the beginning of the presentation? This is like the equivalent of having 3 different lights. So if I'm putting this in my backyard, this one light will cover a massive area because you can aim where the lights go.
Yeah.
You could also put this on the corner of your house and literally bend these 2 side pieces all the way around the back.
And then you're getting a whole other area
the
in one
whole
piece.
other area. But I will say this, if you put one in your backyard, you don't have one in the front yard, your front yard's gonna get jealous, okay? Just because these are that good that you wanna use them anywhere you can. Now, one of the things I always tell people is people say to me, oh, well, you know what, solar, I've been disappointed with it in the past.
Right.
This is Bell+Howell. They've been in business 117 years. They've won Academy Awards for advancements in lighting, okay? They know a lot about it. Every single year, they put the best technology into these lights. And these surface mount dials are the absolutely latest ones for 2024. But, all right, you want to talk about other lights? A lot of people like to use stuff like this, where they'll hang one of these. Now, notice the problem here.
Wiring, finding a power cord. That's what I'm telling you. I hate that. I need an electrician. I don't want to make a mistake or have my husband getting online trying to search how to do it, and then we mess it up. And
you don't want to mess with electricity. Let me just say that right off the bat.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. So for me, not an option. I'm not paying somebody to wire it. I'm not going to do it myself. You know, solar is the absolute way to go. But what about these lights? These are battery operated. These work incredibly well. Here's the problem. They're battery operated.
Right. So how often are you having to go out and invest and buy more batteries?
Exactly. Well, and the other thing, too, is I got to decide where this is going to point. So let's say I had this above a doorway, right? So is it going to point out at the street, or is it going to point straight down at who's coming up to my door? With our light that you're buying right now, I don't have to make that choice. I can have these 2 lights going forward, this one going straight down. Now, if somebody walks up to the door, I can see everything. I can see all the walkway, I can see the driveway, and I can see straight down. So, and actually, if it's you and you're putting a key in the keyhole, right, you could see it.
Unbelievable. Okay, so scan the QR code right now. We already have, I believe, we're getting really close, over 6,900 sold so far. Again, this is on a weekly deal drop. We slash off half the price. We're at $19.99.
That's crazy.
I can't even believe this. This is a 3-in-1. No wiring. No batteries, 3-directional, it's unbelievable. Powered by the sun, motion censored. The technology on this is great from a company that we know and trust, Bell+Howell, over 100 years. It's mobile. You can bring it with you. If you're going somewhere, if you need to move it to go play outside with your kids in the yard, it's just a one and done. I can even, on this deal, I have to get a couple because I can think of the multiple places and ways that I can use this. The power on this, we've dropped down the lights because I just need you to see how far reaching this light goes. What did you say, 120 LEDs in each single one?
No, it's 40 in each one, 120 total, which is a lot.
It's incredibly powerful.
And 500 lumens of power that you're getting. Remember, it's solar too. You know, it used to be to get this kind of light, you had to wire it, okay? Because solar lights just didn't have that oomph that they have now, where you get that beautiful, clear, white light, and very, very bright. Because if you own one of these and you start staring at it, you're gonna see little dots all over the place because these are that bright. But remember, mounting options as well. You do get the stakes. Now, see, mine went off because nothing's moving in front of it.
There you go. Boom.
But so 30 seconds, it's going to turn itself off. But you've got that stake, so you can mount this in the ground. You can mount this to the wall using that bracket on the back there that's fully adjustable. See, there you go. You know, if nothing's moving back there, it's going to keep turning itself off. So that's what these do. But you can just see how bright that is, especially with this one. If I turn this around and it turns on, look at me. Look at me.
Look at me.
So you can see.
Looks like it needs more
Well,
darkness.
you know what it is? It's picking up light off of that one that I turned to face me. So let me turn
well,
this
that's that
one
technology.
forward.
It's just so
There we go.
sensitive
See?
to someone walking by, or a creature, or a little critter, or a car.
Look at that. Look at that. And I'll tell you what, I have 2 dogs. I let them out in our backyard to go do their business at night. And for me, one of my dogs is brown. She's like a chocolate lab mix. And so she's brown. When she goes outside at night, she literally disappears. It's like she's not there. But when I put this light on her, I mean, she could be anywhere in my yard. I have a fairly large yard, and I can see her no matter where she goes. And the motion sensor on this is just unbelievable.
And we
it's
have a
so
dog.
good.
So our dog Kona, I think she's scared of the dark because she has to go. She refuses to go out at night. We have to go out there with our phone, with the little flashlight. And we also live on a preserve.
Right.
So who knows what kind of animals are coming through. I love the fact that I could put this in the corner of the house, play around with the lights, right? I could actually move them to where I want them, and they could hit several areas of the yard and the side yard and everywhere.
No, they totally could. Well, here's the other thing. Look at the price, okay? $19.99.
It's unbelievable.
I want you to think about this. A decent flashlight is going to cost you that much money. And you have to stand out there and you've got to follow the dog around and aim where the dog's going. With this light, it does it all for you. And there's no timers, there's no wire. It doesn't care about daylight savings time. The sun does everything. By the way, the solar panel's adjustable almost all the way backward.
I love it because it's so sleek.
It really is. It's my favorite one of our lights that we make right now.
And it's becoming a favorite, as we can see, because I think, did we already, Kyle, hit over 7,000 sold now? 7,200 in just the last few minutes. That just skyrocketed up. And right now, the weekly deal drop just makes this really irresistible. At this point, think of maybe some family members. Maybe your kids just bought their first house, right? They got married and you want to help them. And grab a few for them. You know, at this price, $5 gets it home. It's under $20 when this is normally $41. Grab a couple of them. You can use the stake. You can mount it. We give you the mounting hardware.
We do.
You don't need batteries. The power of it, the solar, you get the quality of Bell+Howell.
Yeah.
For you, Lou, to say that this is your favorite,
my favorite.
If you know Lou, that's a big deal.
It is. Well, and you know, listen, I'm like everybody else out there. I go for the deal. Okay, so when I see a good price, I'm going to jump on that. All right. For this light to get it at this money is absolutely insane. Remember what I said a minute ago? You'd be pressed to find a good flashlight for $19. So to be able to get a motion sensing, fully adjustable solar light is absolutely incredible. And when you think about the 500 lumens, the 120 LEDs on this, and my favorite thing, it's 3 lights in one. I literally, if I put this up here, I literally can turn these to where they're almost facing backwards. And I love the fact that that bottom light, man, if I have this mounted like this on a wall, I can put that straight down. So now you can see the people there. It's not behind them, because who wants to see them when they're backlit?
No.
You know what I mean? No. I want to see the person standing at my door, make sure that is my pizza. You know what I mean? And then you got these lights that can go off to the side, above your driveway, above your front door, above your back door. Maybe you've got a side door like I do where you keep your trash cans. You want to put it out there. Or if you've got, like I do, a couple dogs. Nice thing too is if you have a big piece of property, like if you're fortunate enough to have like a half acre or something really big.
Decent yard too.
Yeah, you can mount these to trees, which I have done. All you do is screw it into the side of the tree. Not going to hurt the tree. Put it out there. Now you've got a light at the back of the property, so when the dogs or whatever's back there,